Welcome to TwoQuestions.tv. I'm your host, Susan Baroncini-Moe. Well, I received a couple of questions from a viewer who wanted to know, how does one start a blog and how does a blogger get paid? So I thought today I would sort of just do a general roundup of how that all works. So how does one start a blog? Well, that's the easy part. There are a lot of different ways you can go. Which route you take depends on what your goals are. So if you just want a place that you can share your thoughts, you're not looking for a big readership, you're not concerned about sponsors or making a lot of money, then I recommend wordpress.org or blogger.com. Those are both great places to set up a blog without much effort. You can use a theme and it's all pretty much set up for you. It works very similar to Microsoft Word, and it's a very similar environment that you'll pretty quickly feel comfortable in if you're comfortable using just basic Word. Now, if you're looking to build an actual readership and you'd like to look into some of the revenue options that are available to bloggers, then I recommend that you do it the right way and that you secure your own domain name or web address. So there are a lot of different domain name types. There are .coms. TwoQuestions.tv operates on a .tv. So if you type in TwoQuestions.tv, it brings you right to, we have it set up so that it brings you right to the TwoQuestions.tv YouTube site. But we could have a website that's TwoQuestions.tv. There are many other kinds of domains, .com obviously being the most common one. Now, when I guide clients down the path of creating their own blog, it always starts with the most important place to start, choosing your target reader. So you want to know who's your audience, who's your reader. Once you know that person, you know all about them, what their concerns are, what they want to know from you, and what you can address with them, then you can create a name for your blog and a brand for your blog, sort of the voice, the messaging, the look and the feel of the blog. And you can create something that will appeal to your audience. A lot of people, think that if you're going to create a blog, it should be about what expresses you. But that's only a small part of the equation. It's something that should be expressive of what your readership wants to know about, because that's how they're going to find you. So once you have a blog name and you have your domain name all set up, and this is skipping over all the trademark searches and all the local business searches and all of that. Once you kind of get this is more comprehensive than a short show can capture, but I'm giving you the basics. Once you have your blog and your domain name, you can set up shop, you can start creating. Now, I usually recommend that you hire a web developer. I work with a wonderful developer who creates a nice looking site without charging an arm and a leg. But once you get the site developed, then you have to market the site so people know it exists. Otherwise, you won't get paid, because bloggers get paid based on readership, on views, on page views. So in terms of how bloggers get paid, there are so many different ways. You can have ads on your site, and it's very easy to get them set up to automatically be sent from Google or other agencies. There are companies that will pay for space on your site, and there are agencies that will feed the ads to your site automatically. You can recommend products and services and get affiliate fees from links to those products and services. A lot of times people will use Amazon as their go-to. That's probably the biggest and easiest, but there are lots of companies, and certainly if you're in a business like mine and you want to do a referral or affiliate program with another business, then you wouldn't probably go through Amazon. But products, probably Amazon's the easiest unless you're in a specialty market, but even then, Amazon's pretty great. But there are lots and lots of companies that are that have their own independent affiliate programs, or that operate through like Commission Junction or some of the other affiliate sites. Another way that you may make money as a blogger is that companies may pay you to write about them and their products. I work with a lot of companies that have me write either for their sites or write about them on my site. And for many bloggers with small audiences, sometimes they get free products to write about a company, but But when you really think through how much time you spend and energy and effort and education it takes to build a blog and to build your audience, a free product often doesn't really compensate you unless it's something you really want. If it's something you really want, then by all means go for it. But if you're a bigger blogger, it can hurt your brand if you are just always blogging in exchange for free stuff. So you want to be thoughtful about, how does this money or free stuff affect my brand? And when you're making those decisions about what companies to partner with, you also have to remember that your readers trust you and they listen to you, and you've built a relationship with them. So you don't want to just sell out by referring any product or recommending anything to them. Companies that pay for bloggers to write articles or post sponsored posts or post in social media, this kind of dollar amount can go into the thousands if you have a large enough presence. And it can be very tricky though, because the FCC is involved and has very specific requirements for these kinds of posts. And you must follow those or you can get heavy fines and get into trouble. A blog is often a lead into a larger business. So for example, my blog often leads clients to work with me either as an entrepreneur and small business coach through Business in Blue Jeans, or as an executive coach, which is how I make the bulk of my living at SusanBaroncini-Moe.com. Now, if you don't have readers, you don't get paid by anybody. So the most important piece really is creating a blog that will appeal, that delivers great value, and that people want to read and is entertaining, and that has readership. Only once you have at least some readers can you then begin to negotiate deals with companies and brands. So that's the basic gist of how to create a blog and how to get paid. Obviously very general terms there, but it should give you a good overview. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.